Ever let someone dig their own grave? I'm a software engineer. My team follows the usual workflow: writing code, reviewing it, testing, and deploying. One of my coworkers, Steve, had a habit of taking credit for other people's work in front of management. He wasn't a bad developer, but he loved making it seem like he contributed more than he actually did. Since I'm more introverted, I don't usually speak up in meetings unless necessary. Calling someone out directly isn't my style, so I often let things slide. During a major project, I spent days fixing a deep, complex bug that affected multiple parts of our codebase. The logic behind the fix wasn't straightforward. If you hadn't worked on it yourself, it was hard to follow. After extensive testing, I finally got it working. At our next team meeting, before I could say anything, Steve jumped in and started explaining my fix as if it were his. He kept using phrases like "we decided to," and "our approach was to," making it sound like he had led the effort. I was annoyed but chose to stay quiet. The next day, another bug surfaced in the same area. Our manager turned to Steve and said, "Since you worked on this, can you patch it?" And that's when the fun began. Steve froze. He had no idea where to start. If you hadn't actually written the fix, understanding its intricacies was nearly impossible. He tried stalling, then messaged me asking if I could quickly explain the logic. I simply replied that I was busy and would catch up with him later. I didn't. After 5 frustrating hours, he finally admitted in the team chat, "Actually, I didn't write this part. Maybe Op can take a look?" I responded, "Of course, I'll check it." 10 minutes later, the issue was fixed. Our manager came over to congratulate me. As we wrapped up the conversation, he made a deliberate comment about how great it was to have someone who truly understood the code. Steve stayed silent.